Hi. I want to do a quick video. I didn't even tell you guys, I got my license, so I have my CDLA, and I am out driving. Doing my couple weeks with a mentor. So, with that said, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about who you are and what you're doing here. What we're all doing here. You're creating your reality with every thought you think. So make it good ones. Do we want to get away from the collective thinking? Watching the television, doom and gloom. Oh my God, I just sat in an Arby's and I don't eat meat. I sat in Arby's and had 2 bananas. And you know, of course the news was on, and it was horrendous. And it's such a joke. I don't even know how these newscasters can live with themselves. I'm really surprised that they don't. Well, I can't say it because I don't want to bring it into an exit. I don't want to, you know. I don't know how they live with themselves. So, you want to chime in, be a part of the collective that is focused on the new earth, that's focused on love and unity, on love being the vaccine, not anything having to do with COVID. So we want to be the anomaly. We are everything that isn't everyday commonplace, everything that isn't MSN, mainstream media. So we're not watching television, and so your ideas aren't coming from television. My ideas aren't coming from television. My ideas are coming from inside. My ideas are source driven. Unity conscious, boosted immune system conscious, clean temple conscious. So I'm staying away from animal-based products, packaged products, anything that's processed. If it's not pineapple or cantaloupe or watermelon or a banana or nuts, Yes, I'm getting my protein. The food that God put here for us has everything we need in it. The food that man is making and putting in boxes and packages does not have everything you need in it for you. It's really common sense. If you want a better source connection, you might consider taking out dead animals out of your diet. Killed animals that didn't want to die, animals that lived lives that they probably never ever in their wildest dreams could have imagined having had to live. The energy from those animals and their life and their death, more importantly, doesn't disappear when they die. No, it stays in the food. It stays in the meat and then is transferred into your body when you eat it. So it's not just dead, but it has all the fear and angst and whatever words you want to use to describe what it would have been to you if you were an animal that got butchered, so that some humans who don't need to eat meat but feel that they must kill animals in order to survive did. Okay, so vegan challenge. You know, start small. You could even start with soda, but I would start with meat, and then graduate to sugar and dairy and processed food. I'm doing dairy last. Dairy, I'm finding it to be the most difficult. So, we are powerful creators made in God's image. You're creating every moment of every day, whether you know it or not, with every thought you think, with every word you speak. And you are what you eat. So we are what we take in through our eye gate, through our mouth gate, through our ears. You know, this is my temple. That's why I don't watch TV. That's why I don't watch the news. And somebody said something very profound the other day that really summed it up well. And she said, basically, that once she turned off the TV, you know, where were the ideas? You know, that's where the ideas were coming from. And it's, you know, so if that's you, if you're getting your ideas about reality and what's going on, and if that's the only place you're getting your news, your information, I suggest that you might consider turning it off for a week and seeing what you get from the energy that creates worlds, that lives inside of you, and what they might have to say differently than the mainstream news narrative that's paid for by massive corporations to say whatever they want. And if you haven't noticed, for the last how many decades, what they've wanted you to feel, see, and think about your world is all shit. They want you to think shitty about people. They want you to think shitty about your health. They want you to, oh my God. They want you vibrating low, being in fear, where they can feed off of your energy. They can't feed off somebody who's vibrating in low. There's nothing for them to eat. They get no pleasure out of it. Ralph Spark calls them the non-organic ones. I'll have to go back and see if he has a video that explains that. But it is kind of self-explanatory, huh? So, I'm in Austin, Texas right now, waiting for a load. And I'm wanting whoever comes to this channel, whoever sees this, to understand that there is hope. The new earth, the heaven on earth that the Bible talks about is already here, but you have to choose it. Why are people choosing the doom and gloom and not what God has also? Okay, everything that's here is God. There is nothing here that is not God. But why choose the negative narrative? Why not choose the hopeful narrative? Why not choose the unity narrative? Why not choose the love narrative? Why not choose the freedom narrative? We did not come here to wear Hannibal Lecter masks and to act like our fellow citizens were going to hurt us by shaking our hand. Build up your immune system. Figure out how to do it. Wake up. Wake up. I'm healthy. There's no virus. The virus can't live in my environment. It will find nothing there to support it. My immune system is healthy. My mind is right. I'm not in fear. I'm not in fear of my neighbors or of any... I was going to say race. There are no races. We are light beings. We have little costumes here of white and black and yellow, and they've named them Asian and Caucasian and Mexican. We are all the same. There is no difference between you and me. And I don't care if you're a black man, well, maybe if you're a green Martian. But still, you're of source. Even if you're a green Martian, your source energy. We're all came from the same place. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We came here to explore, to help raise consciousness, to have fun, to be free. Didn't come here to be in lockdown. It is not for my safety. Yay, Sturges. You go, guys. More power to you. More power to you. And I hope that they don't falsify news, and that you guys show them that you can gather and everybody doesn't die. And don't let them lie about the facts. Don't let, you guys won't. Of course you won't. Go, Sturges. Go, anybody who's fighting for your freedom. Fighting for us not to have to wear masks anymore. This is ridiculous. It's gone on long enough. Do not fall for wave 2, 3, and 4. There are not waves. The numbers are lies. And just because you're in the medical community doesn't make you an expert on it. And there are doctors coming out and talking about all the lies. Why is it people would rather believe that everything's screwed than believe that they're being led astray and that everything is fine? People die of the flu every year. Yeah. You have to do your own research. You can't. I already know. You know what? This is Agenda 21. All over it. It has all over it. It's exactly, everything in Agenda 21 is exactly what's happening right now. The pandemic is planned. And there'll be more just like it if everybody keeps falling for it. So all of us who aren't falling for it, we need to stand up and wake more people up. Unless you want to live like this the rest of your life. But don't expect to be here. I will not vibrate in fear. I will always stick my head out. Nobody's shaking it, mind you. They're, doing all kinds. Nobody knows what to do. It's so weird. Anyway, I love you guys. And I don't want you vibrating low in fear and bummed out watching the news. Turn the effing news off, and you'll find that your news starts coming from within, which is a far, far more reliable source. Now, mind you, if you haven't been tuning in, your connection may not be that strong. But know this. Source flows to and through you all day long, every day. You have to tune your radio in. And if you haven't been doing it, you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to sit down and slow your mind. Slow your mind. Quiet your mind. Listen in. So I did that song a while ago, I am not my body. And I listened back to it and I'm so soft in it, and the guitar is, I'm not going to rail on it, but I need to redo it. So I'm just going to sing a minute of it now, because we are. I am not my body. I am not my mind. I am not this body. I'm not even my mind. I am. Oh, I am. I am. I also have, I love that. I am. A little, okay, so if you're getting overstressed, and a quick way to calm yourself down, it's good, like while you're driving, anytime. And this is just a little ditty. I'm calm and serene. My foot's stuck, sorry. I'm calm and serene, content and satisfied, and eager for what lies ahead. I'm calm and serene, content and satisfied, eager for what lies ahead. Calm and serene, drop your head into your heart and eager for what's yet to come. Calm and serene, content and satisfied, and eager for what's yet to come. All the ingredients to be in the receptive mode. To be in the receptive mode of everything that you want in your life. You need to be appreciative and grateful. You need to be calm, serene, content, satisfied. Higher emotion vibrations. This is the middle, and this is calm and serene, content and satisfied, happy and joyous, blissful and knowing and clear. Then everything else is down here. Oh, and love. So down here you have angst, and hate, and war, and struggle, and strife, and unknowing, confusion, right? Stress, all that stuff. Okay, so we want to stay up here. And if you can, never drop down here. And that is what I practice and what I try and impart. I can only be an example. I can't lead you. I can't make you do the research. You don't have to believe me. If you don't believe in anything I say, go to a channel that has something that you do believe. But I sure hope that you don't think that going back to the television is a better answer than some other fellow human that you could find who's been on the journey, who understands that there's many veils, so many veils being lifted. I mean, I've only had maybe, I don't know how many veils have been lifted for me. I don't have a clue, but quite a few. I mean, my perspective today compared to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it's been getting more illuminated every year, of course. And the biggest thing I have to say, and I'm going to say it and then I'm going to stop because it's a whole topic on its own, is to stay away from conspiracy theories as much as you can. You don't want to focus on them. You don't want to focus on them. And remember, wherever you focus your attention, whatever you give your energy to, it's going to grow. What do you want to grow? Do you want to grow love and unity, or do you want to grow COVID and wearing masks? Do you want to grow disease and unsurety and darkness and unsocial distancing? I don't believe that's what anybody wants. So we have to band together, people. I'm not going to look back at 2020 and have to live with myself and say I didn't do anything when I knew, just because nobody would listen. None of my friends are listening. They don't want to hear any of it because they don't like any of the people who are putting out facts because they're not on MSN. But, you know, it's okay. I'm okay with that. There's already been plenty of people before me that have done the research. I don't have to do it all. And yes, I trust my fellow Americans. And the doctors that have risked their families to come out and give us information. More than I trust the mainstream media news that's been bought and paid for and proved over and over and over again. Why are you all so asleep that you always miss who owns the television stations and what their agenda is? Like Bill Gates' agenda to get us so we can make money off vaccines. I mean, that's been a known. That I was talking about 2 years ago. Agenda 21, I started talking about 4 years ago. And, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, yeah, okay, you know. So your friends know you too well, so they don't, it's too bad. It's too bad. But hey, it's okay. I am going to continue to follow my truth and be source directed and led. Following my heart. That's why I'm out on this truck, because I wanted to see America. And so now I'm getting to travel. I love you guys. Vibrate high. Anchor in love. Turn off the television. Sit down and meditate. Close your eyes. Turn in. Go to the world within. See what kind of messages you get. See what kind of peace you get. Try and do it for a month. I mean, you'll never turn it back on again. Once you realize that just by turning it off, you find that it doesn't affect you. It's just a box in your house. Don't have it in your house. It's not the definitive of what's going on this planet. Aside from the fact there are so many millions of parallel timelines. There's one with there's one with wars and tornadoes and disasters, and there's one with love and peace and joy and unity. Which one do you want to anchor in? Which one do you want to anchor in? Go, Steve Noble. Steve Noble has some really cool meditations on anchoring into the 5D crystalline earth grid. Because when you anchor down into Mother Gaia in your meditations, you don't want to anchor into the old warring earth, into the lack matrix. You want to anchor into the abundance matrix, the new earth, the 5D crystalline new earth. That's where you want to